I would say the word is enlightening, mainly because uni for me and for most is a transition period between adulthood and studying life. So you meet a lot of like-minded people who have a lot of industry experts as your professors. So you do learn a lot. There's ups and downs in uni life. Like when you don't make it or you think you're not gonna make it, so that's you learn a lot from that. Yeah. So I like
For me, I think it would be fulfilling because I think compared to those who don't, experience this 4-year course of pharmacy degree, and somebody who does like us, definitely the things we experience are also different. The skill sets we obtain, as well as the people we meet along the way, be it your friends, your enemies, or even your lecturers. You meet so many different people that it is so fulfilling.
I think that time Dr. Ma actually said something that made me feel very memorable. So it was during our PLP meeting. I think that time was week 9 and we were actually preparing for upcoming assignments and assessments and also OSCE. And then he actually asked us to try to still enjoy our last semester in Monash, and he said something like things will not be the same as they were before once you graduate. Like you may drift apart with people that you are very close with now. So it actually hits me very hard. Yeah.
For me, it was what Mr. Wang told us. He said that as a pharmacist, we are very often taught to care for other people, but he reminded us that we should also care for ourselves in the midst of caring for other people. So I really like that because that was right after we ended our OSCE, and I believe a lot of us felt very overwhelmed. And hearing that from like a father figure, a lecturer, really calmed all of us down.
During year 1 time, I remember me and my friend actually bring food, like nasi lemak or fried rice, into our lecture class, and then we usually sit at the behind row.
Yeah.
So we just open, and then the whole class will be smelling the nasi lemak and all the stuff, and then we usually just eat and sleep and talk.
Yeah.
But that's a very good experience, not experience. It's a good memory for us.
Yeah.
Although it's it's our year 1 and 2 don't really study, but year 3 and year 4, yes, you have to study.
Yeah, the last row students are always the funniest and they always have the most bizarre activities. Yeah, but for me, it's very sad that due to the pandemic, we don't really have a lot of physical memories. But still, I remember year 1, when our seniors were still around. So sad, now we are the seniors. But when our seniors were still around, I still remember them caring for us and then like sending food stuff, all the care packages and stuff, and then playing sports and joining them for activities and hanging out with them. So I feel like that was the true meaning of family, where the students, seniors and juniors, we had like a special bond with them. And even the lecturers, they usually joined us for some tea or badminton sessions.
Correct.
So those were really treasurable memories that we had with our seniors and lecturers. I'm sorry, all lecturers, but I've never finished my discovery materials before lectures. Okay, this is one confession I have to make.
I actually regret not making more friends. Yeah, I regret not maybe approaching people, because I may seem very extroverted and all, but then when I meet someone, even if you're sitting behind me or in front of me, I also would feel a bit scared. I don't know if any of you experienced that, but yeah, that's my regret. So if I could turn back time, definitely maybe I would turn around and go like, hi, so how you doing? Yeah, that's my regret, not making more friends.
Right.
I think the only regret I have is I wish that COVID didn't happen and we get to spend 4 full academic years on campus.
I totally agree. I got nothing else to say.
My advice is try to make the best out of your remaining university life, and you're halfway there, keep going. Yeah.
As for me, a lot of people say life is short, And really, university life is even shorter. So like what Wei Ling said just now, just go and have fun. If you want to join any clubs, just go ahead. Stop telling yourself that you're going to join next semester. Yes. Just stop telling yourself that you're going to join next semester because it will never get easier. So yeah, just join whatever you want and have fun. And like what everyone says, you have to work hard when it's time to study for exams, but remember to play harder after that.
I'm thankful that they're actually supporting me during the 4 years, especially like for my workshop group and my good friends. Actually provide some advice and also supportive words to me, especially when I actually did not do well in my exams and also all the assessments. So they actually have some discussion with me to improve myself throughout the years.
Thank you all for creating all those memories and memorable times together. I really appreciate you all, and then I learned so much from everyone. And I will always remember all those memories, all the food hunting, all the activities, all the events, all the games, all the outings that we had. I'll never forget that, and thank you so much for making my life so much more fun and colorful. And thank you for making my pharmacy life so memorable and unforgettable.
But you have to thank yourself too.
Yeah,
Without
thank myself for making it through for all those 4 years.
4 years. It's really hard for
Yeah.
us.
The first impression actually with the group of PLP students that I've handled at that time. Many of them are been good and student leaders subsequently. Let me just recall their name: Crystal, Shenlong, Mok, Shenhong, Karina, Pui, Shika, Tianxing, Lipao, Samira. They are impressive because their first year they communicate well and they're able to do whatever we require them to do and learn well. I'm proud of them, especially a few of them like Mok and also Crystal and a few more who are very good in their leadership role. Shen Hong as well.
So my first impression of the current year 4 students is that they can be quite cheeky, but at the same time I feel that they'll be able to cope with anything that comes along. You know, they'll find solutions into any challenges that comes along, and that's quite really an important skill to have.
I remember they are very noisy. And especially the guys in the class are very playful. So at least for this year 4 batch, that is the memory that always stick with me. Well, switching everything over to online, and likewise at that time I'm mainly in charge of the placements as well, which means having to cancel a lot of placements for the current year 4s. Actually make things very, very difficult.
The OSCE online, wow, how can the OSCE be online? We have actually managed it through, and I realized that a lot of things that happened behind the scene of that we do not see, but who cares? You'll make it, and then I believe all of you are doing well on the OSCE and all the assessment. Regardless of whatever you have done, but at least the most important thing is that you have learned the knowledge and the skills.
So we've gone through a lot of challenges, but hopefully everything that we've managed to do in this period of time will allow our current year 4 students to graduate, go out, still with all the skills and expertise that we expect of Monash students, despite all the challenges that they had to go through.
So teaching very similar to seeing your patients as well. I feel that there needs to be a human touch. So of course, being able to teach face to face would create a better bonding with and engagement with the students than to teach virtually online.
Certainly, it's much easier to bond with students when we are in class. And I can tell you, as a lecturer, sometimes the way I teach, the way I speak, it also depends on how I see the students respond, their faces, how you look like when you're listening to me, you know. But it's very hard to do that when all I see is a sea of black boxes or black rectangles. Although granted, all of you have tried to put very cute pictures in your user profiles. But nevertheless, that's why I'm very glad to have had our students come back on campus, work with us during the workshops. It really helped us sort of like rebuild that relationship. Yeah.
But having said so, I feel that students may enjoy it a bit because you skip the jam, you don't have to wake up early, you can attend lectures from your bed. So I guess there are pros and cons to it, and moving into the future where learning should be made easy.
Okay, shall I go back to the list that I have made for myself 2 days ago? Yeah, I think many of you, I do not want to leave anybody behind because, but then I have no choice. We have 100 over of you. I think the current PLP students that I have, Rachel, Yishuan, Kai Ying, Josephine, Ken. Josephine, thanks a lot for that, Josephine, because of coordinating. And Nicholas, Vidya, Ling Jie, again, Crystal, Ishika, and Tianxin, they are again in my PLP group. Who else? A few of them who are very outspoken, who perform very well in their workshop and during our interactive lecture. Who were Clinton, Minsu, Kai Yi, Hao Xiang, and Neo Wan Bing, Valerie Wui, Sihan, Ling Li, Jian Rong, and also Dania. I grouped them 3 together because I really wish that I'll see them as my colleagues next year. I think you are there already. Thank you and congratulate you all. Natasha, Emily has been very outspoken. Who is that? Omar has been supporting him a fair bit during the second year time. And also Rosamond has been one of the representative of the school, I think. And a few of them, Yongni, who is, I think she's kind of work hard person. She worked more than being a pharmacy student.
Well, student in the cohort, it has the most impression, but I think I will never forget Omar. Omar in his batch is, to me, he is the most special. I think we've had the most interesting experiences with him. But on a more serious note, to me, he is an example of one of our Monash pharmacy students, which we saw from year 1 going all the way to year 4, growing in terms of his professional skills, growing in terms of maturity. And likewise, I've seen that happen for many of our pharmacy students as well. But simply because Omar is so special, he's the one that strikes out most to me.
That's a difficult question. I don't have anyone in mind really, but I guess what I remember most with the year 4 students will be during the My Defense exam, and I think that it applies the same for everyone as well. It's a very daunting assessment, and yeah. So if I were a patient, I guess first of all, I would be a very proud mom, I guess. Having someone whom I've taught from year 1 to year 4 and graduating, going through PRP, and today standing in front of me as a fellow pharmacist. So obviously, I will feel very proud.
I'm proud of everyone, each and every one of you. Yeah, in the way that you operate as a pharmacy students. Not all are brilliant, because I recognize that people learn different pace, different levels at different time, at different situation or occasions. So we work according to your pace, at least myself, that whoever come over and ask for help and assistance or further education or teaching, we will do that. I will do that for that purpose, to that level.
Well, I would certainly be very confident in them. I would make sure my health insurance is updated as well, just in case. But nevertheless, these year 4 students are students that have gone through a very rigorous course.
I would actually to be honest, I will expect quite differently from this batch from other batches of students, because these are the batch of students who had to go through placements during COVID. So you have invaluable experience. Nobody really had to go through that same experience as you did. So I believe that even though you have lost the opportunity to go for placements, you've gained something else which is invaluable. Perhaps, new innovations as to how you will see patients online, telepharmacy, and I feel that because you have gone through this path, you will pave the way into the modern and innovative ways of how we see patients. So I do look forward to seeing anyone in this aspect.
From what I've seen, they've demonstrated a lot of resilience, a lot of ingenuity, and certainly a lot of heart in being able to overcome the challenges that has been thrown to them throughout the entire pandemic period. So because of this, I actually have no doubt that they will do well in the years to come, and I'm very happy to be their patient in the future. Touch wood.
Don't ask yourself whether I've done the right or I'm the first class or I'm not the first class. It doesn't matter. Actually, I would like you all to feel good about yourself, to be proud of yourself that you are the Monash graduate. Yeah, be proud of that. There was the final exam for PHR 2012. And the system somehow crashed. The e-assessment system crashed, and everyone came into the helpline Zoom. And the thing is that that was the first time I've gathered 109 of you guys to be into one Zoom. And it was tough. Everybody was so anxious because it's the exam going on, the final exam. There was a final day of the whole semester's exam. It was on Friday, and 11 o'clock supposed to be started, and then until 11 until 1 o'clock. So that everybody, I believe, some of you told me that it was you're going to celebrate after that. Around 1 o'clock after the exam. But then you've got to wait, and the system doesn't work well until I believe it was that time 1 something. Then the system resumed. The period of time from 11 to 11 a.m. to around 1 something, everybody start to feel hungry already. So I was the one who entertained everyone and make sure that you all are contained and don't feel too anxious, because those emotions would not help. It was quite tough, and I appreciate everybody was there, and realized that many of you have became hungry around 12 something already, and also you got to have the energy to be able to go through the 2 hours as soon as the exam started. So that was a kind of experience.
Well, certainly I think I want to say congratulations again to all of them. for successfully getting through what is undoubtedly a very rigorous course, and certainly for overcoming a lot of challenges when taking into account the pandemic and all that.
So I would like to say that you have gone very far and you have achieved a lot to get to where you are today. Pharmacy course indeed is not easy, even though we try to make it sound easy perhaps, but to be honest, it is not easy.
Yes, you're all good. You're all good pharmacists to be. Just need one more year to be the PRP and one more year or anywhere you want to be trained.
And so I want to encourage all of you Year 4 students that you've gone through a very difficult challenge. So keep that in mind in the future as you go on to your career, as you will undoubtedly meet challenges in your career. Always remember that you have gotten through some very difficult challenges already, and so you therefore have the strength within you to overcome those challenges as well.
So whenever you're feeling down or bad about yourself, think about how far you've gone completing 4 years of pharmacy. It's really not an easy task, and you've really completed all 4 years of that, so really well done. And that when I do bump into you outside, I want you to know that I'm very proud of where you are today, and all the best to you.
Please remember that no matter you need it or not at this point in time, do your PRP and do your registration in any of the authority or the countries, especially in Malaysia. You can do it in Australia as well. That's totally good. If you were to ask me what else I can provide, I always say that I believe many of you have got it, that if one day I'm your lecturers, somebody will teach you, I would like to be your support throughout your life, my lifetime as pharmacist. That means your lifetime I may not see through every years, especially the last part of your career life, but at least my lifetime, my career lifetime. I have prepared this. It's called lifetime warranty, and you can come to me at any time. Text me and email me or call me if you need any support at all. I may not be able to provide all the support, but at least I will know where to point you to and get somebody who can assist you on that. That is my commitment to all students. If you really need me, do give me a call. Please be confident, and I believe many of you are very confident and good. Be confident of yourself that you can be a good pharmacist. Yep. Or anybody you want to be. Not necessarily being a pharmacist, but registered as a pharmacist, you can do something else. It's all good. You are trained to be able to explore the world, venture into any sectors, any industry you want.
So I wish you all the best and hope to keep in touch and look forward to seeing all of you soon.
Congratulations!
The first thing, before you enter Monash, run away fast. Just don't come. Joking.
You may drift apart with people that you are very close with now, so it actually hits me very hard. Yeah.
As for me,
Hi, I'm Mark.
And I'm Emily.
We are
We're
signing off.
Simon,
This is Yvette.
signing off.
This is Reading.
and this is Crystal.
Signing off.
Yay!